What's going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. It's Friday. This is Friday Night Live. Here we are, hanging out together, guys. Again, nope, I'm not home yet. So I apologize for the background, the bathroom background, and the echo. But still at the hotel. We'll talk about that a little bit. I just want to say what's up to some folks. We got an exciting show tonight, guys, because I'm just going to give you guys a peek. I have some CGC books right here that I got back from CGC, and you all are going to guess the grade tonight. So I'm super excited about that. Big shout out to Sean. What's going on, Sean and David? Pedro, Peter, Caleb. Let's see who else we got in here. Tony, what's going on, Tony? All right, you made it. You made it to the live, man. All right, so we're gonna hang out. Let some folks get in. I'm gonna be finally showing off my Journos monthly covers for all my members, my YouTube channel members, and my Patreon members. For the month of August, we did Savage Beasts. That was the theme. So we are going to show off those covers before we get into the CGC. You guessed the grade. We have some awesome submissions for the last month. I will be announcing to my members a new theme for the month of September, even though we're kind of delayed, and I've been apologizing to all my members with everything going on, with me being displaced out of the home and whatnot. Planet Arizona, what's going on? All right, will do. Let's see, we got G Money. What's up? So anyways, we'll be showing off those covers. And for those that don't know, for my YouTube channel members and my Patreon members, we do a monthly cover theme where you all can submit to take a picture of a comic book cover, post it on Instagram, and submit it to this monthly showcase and get your books and your pictures shown off on either a video, but most likely on our Friday Night Live shows, which is where I like to do them. So we will be doing that today. And of course, if you guys are just hanging out for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. If you like hanging out, checking out the videos. I usually drop videos every single day of the week. Obviously, this last month and a half has been crazy for me, being displaced from the home, dealing with all the damages in mold that happened from some dishonest contractor work. So I'm still here. An update on that for you guys real quick. I was supposed to be heading home. Well, I was only supposed to be in the hotel for like 2 to 3 weeks originally. I've been here for over 6 weeks now, and I'm praying and keeping my fingers crossed that we will be back home next weekend. So a little over a week. So I ask for all of your guys' positive energy to throw out to the universe. Thoughts, prayers, whatever you guys do, put those thoughts out there. Say, let's get them home, because I can't wait to be back in the home for myself, for my family, for my kids, but also for you guys, so I could be in my proper environment and have the comic feng shui going, right? So we can hang out and have that proper energy flowing. But we're still going to bring it. I am exhausted as well, guys. I started in-person teaching again for the first time in a year and a half. So I'm going to the school for my educator job, working with the kids in person. It's so great to be back with the kids face to face. Obviously, it's a completely different thing, but so I was like trying to get ready for the show, dozing off, getting my notes together, and I had to wake myself up, slap myself a few times. Like, I got a show to do. I got 2 shows to do, because after we're done here, as always, on every Friday night, we have Comic Book Canon, our Friday Night Live show. Comic New, what's going on? Thank you, Planet Arizona. Appreciate it. So, Comic Book Canon live show every Friday night, always after Friday Night Live. That link is below, folks. Actually, did I leave the links? Oh my gosh, I've been so out of it. I actually don't know if I left the links below that I usually leave for the live show today, guys. If it's not below and you're not subscribed to Comic Book Canon, just YouTube search Comic Book Canon, find the channel, give us a sub. We are pushing for our 1,000 subscriber contest right now. We're almost at 900. As soon as we hit 900, we're going to announce the contest. It's going to be really easy to enter. My 8,000 subscriber contest is still being postponed until I'm back in my home. All right. So again, I apologize, folks. It's just been mad crazy. Shadow Rat, what's going on? So yeah, it's good. It's it's I'm very cautious, being safe. We've had only one positive COVID case since we went back at my school. So it's tough. And then I'm sending my two kids to two different schools too. And I'm glad that they're back in person though, just for their mental health, right? But it's still, worrisome to worry about our totality of our health as well, and staying healthy and safe during this pandemic still. So yeah, guys. Okay, so ABZ, what's going on? ABZ, man, it must be, I don't know what you would call it, super late or super early for you. What's next on the list? Subscribe if you haven't yet. Subscribe to Comic Book Canon. We have an awesome show tonight. We have special guest Mama Comics. So, guys, we got the ladies of the community bringing some of that feminine energy, coming on to represent. I can't wait. So I want to see each and every one of you over on the Comic Book Canon. That starts at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, just over an hour away. So very, very excited about that. Almost 1 a.m. Comic Journey. In my humble opinion, CGC sucks. I have something to say real quick. I'm going to say this real quick since Comic Journey brought this up. And then we're going to get into Journo's monthly covers, and then we're going to go into the CGC books. Here's the funny thing, guys. So we're not doing the guess the grade for all of my books that I got. I actually recorded a video for my unboxing, which has all of my books, and I'll probably post that this weekend or something. But so we only have a few today that we're going to have fun with. But there was one book, I'll just say, there was one book with a questionable grade that I'm going to be making a video for. And when you guys watch the video, look out for it maybe on Sunday when I drop my total CGC unboxing. You guys are going to see my reaction to one book, and you might be surprised when you see it too. And yeah, I'm going to make a video specifically about that, because we're going to talk about, look, I may still send books off to CGC, but I question CGC all the time. I am not blindly CGC fanatic. I love using multiple options. I've never sent into CBCS, but I plan on doing so in the near future. I've sent into EGS. So I think for me personally, I can send books out to all of those three companies for different reasons, so to say, But we got some books here before we get into the CGC books. So we are going to go over Journo's monthly cover. So again, big shout out to all of my channel members, my YouTube channel members, and my Patreon members. If you guys are interested in becoming a member of the channel to help support and get extra perks, you can click the join button below to become a YouTube member. That's only $1.99 a month. I also got my Patreon link usually below, but like I said, I don't think I put it there. But you can find that in like all of my videos. Isaac, what's going on, Isaac? That's more like a fact than opinion. Sean, for sure. David V, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate it. All right, folks. Let's bring up my Instagram. You know what? I have to apologize to one patron member, Larissa. Larissa, if you're watching, I don't have your submission because you didn't submit it through Instagram, but I promise you I will show that one as soon as possible in a video, or maybe in next week's live stream. You had an awesome submission as well. I just did not have the time with everything going on, and it slipped through my fingers, and I apologize. But with that being said, let's bring these up, folks. Let's start with the first one of this month, I think is right here. We have X11. Big shout out to X11. Bravo. X11 says, my submission this month for Journal's monthly covers in the category of Savage Beasts. I selected this Superman number 40 from 1990 because I remember being 8 years old and seeing Jimmy Olsen finally finding his intestinal fortitude. I love it. He tied a bandana around one eye and stood up against the four-armed terror for his pal, saying, "Let me show you how my dad dealt with you bastards." It was one of my favorite issues as a kid. That's pretty savage right there, I will say. X11, oh, and I love the death and the rebirth in the background there. X11, you know how appreciated you are. Thank you so much for submitting this book for this month's Savage Beast theme. All right, we're going to move on. Who's next? Shadow Rat, who is in the building right now. Oh, he's got a few here. Shadow Rat always does a few. But we got Puma. Puma is a savage beast for sure. First appearance of Puma. Let's see. He's also got. Oh man, that's a good. Oh, I love the X-Men Adventures. What is that, number 6 with the classic Wolverine and Sabretooth? Man, going at it in the snow, savage. I love the X-Men Adventures because it was taken straight from the animated series. You know. Is that? I think that might be volume 2. Ooh, that's a good one. X Factor number 3 or Factor X, excuse me. Age of Apocalypse. Look at that cover. That's sick. All right. All right. What else we got here? Ooh, I don't know what that is, but that looks pretty savagey beasty. Oh man. That is amazing. Dark Beast, maybe? That's a tag you put in there. And we got Heathcliff. Heathcliff is a savage beast. Look at him. Look at him. He's in great shape, but I need a doctor. I love me some Heathcliff, man. Shadow Rat, what a great mix of books. Absolutely appreciate your submissions. I love that Heathcliff book. You're making me want to go buy some Heathcliff books. Man. All right. All right, guys. Next up, we got Comic Ozzy with some Doc Savage. He says, my sub for Journal's monthly theme, savage covers. Well, it doesn't get more savage than Doc Savage from my childhood collection. That is awesome. I think I have this book. I think I do. All right. Thank you, Comic Ozzy, for that submission. Awesome stuff. All right. What do we got? Peter. Look at this classic Venom and Spider-Man. I believe that is Larson hopping on right after McFarlane doing his thing. He says, this is my submission for Journals Comics monthly covers. This month is Savage Beast. Venom is not being nice to Spider-Man here. ASM 332 May of 1990 is where Eric Larson added the drool and long tongue to the Venom look in the comics. I loved it. I love the tongue that he added to Venom. Peter, great submission. Thank you so much. What a run. What a run. Between McFarlane and Larson, man, what a run. All right, guys, I think this is the last one. We got Shadow Man Part 4 from Reaper's Comic Den. Colin Bunn is on a crazy roll of dark comics. Shadow Man being one of them. The theme for Journal's Comics monthly cover is Savage Beast, and immediately thought of this recent pickup. If you can't check out Journal's Comics on YouTube, if you can't, check out Journal's Comics on YouTube for some of the best comic videos. Reapers, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the support, the kind words, and that is a savage beast of a cover right there. Look at that, man. Wow. Awesome stuff, everyone. To all of my YouTube channel members and Patreon members, thank you all so much for your submissions this month. Again, I don't have a theme picked out for September, and I know we're already late, but I hope to have a theme picked out this weekend, and I will post it on my members community page for YouTube, and of course, I will be posting it on my Patreon for all you members there. I got to think of something awesome for sure. All right, folks, are we ready? Are we ready to look at some CGC's book, fresh back from CGC? And are you ready to guess the grade? I am. Let me get some water. Let me get some water because we are going to go in. I want to make sure I have everything here. And I do. All right, everyone. I just want to say too, I'm not big on slab books. Over the years, I've grown to enjoy sending some key books. You know, funny thing, most of my slab books are Spider-Man books. It just shows, I think like 80% are Spider-Man. It just shows how much I love Spider-Man. But you know, I don't like spending too much money. But I was doing the yearly auto renewal with CGC. That's done because they got rid of the 10% discount and all that. Will I ever send books to CGC again? Sure, I'm sure I will here and there. But it's very minimal. I'll send some books off to CBCS soon. I said I sent some books off to EGS. Still got in the hotel room that beautiful Wonder Woman black and gold custom label. So one thing that I really enjoy, it's like I would almost, if I had more money to spend, I would almost send books to get graded just so I can guess the grade before I send them in and be surprised at what they come back as, see how accurate I was, and then play the game with you guys and have you all guess the grades yourselves. I would love to do like a video a week of CGC unboxings or EGS or CGCS unboxings where we're doing guess the grade. That's how much I absolutely love it. All right, so let's see. Which book should I do first? Let's do this one. Let's do this one since this book is relevant. Well, kind of all these books are, in a sense, relevant right now. I am going to put a Posty. It's losing its stick already on the grade here. I'm going to pull it out of the bag. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? Comic Journey. Yeah, I won't disagree with you. I won't. I can neither confirm or deny. All right, I want to make sure I don't. Oh, good thing about this, because before when I would try to guess the grade, I would always write down what I thought the grade was, and then, you know, beforehand. But my last two orders, I accidentally saw my order form on the website, and I saw the grades, so I wasn't able to be surprised. This one, I was surprised. I didn't know what the grades were when I was unboxing. So you guys, when you watch that video, you could see how surprised I was in the reaction and the look on my face. Absolutely. So, Serge, what's going on, Serge? Bub, what is up, Bub? Thanks for hanging out. All right. All right. G Money says, let's go. Okay, guys. First up, Eternals #2, guys. I'll do my best to keep the glare out. There we go. So, Eternals #2, First Appearance of Celestials. Obviously, really, Eternals are popping right now. We got the trailers and the movie coming out real soon. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it. Now, here's a little history about this book. I bought this book from my comic shop, Raw, of course, right? And they graded it as a VG plus, if I remember correctly, which is a 4.5. It wasn't higher than that. It was either a VG or a VG plus. All right. And I've always said, you know, my comic shop tends to grade conservatively on a lot of their stuff. But when I got the book, I was like, wow, this was very conservative. I pressed and cleaned it, of course. So then, you know, I'm bumping it up. So I'm going to tell you all what grade I thought it was going to get. But before I do that, I want to show you all the book. Okay. And I want you guys to start giving your guesses. So let's start looking at the bottom edges first. Pretty clean looking, huh? Look at that. Pretty clean looking. Look at that corner. Look at that corner, guys. Now let's go down to the look at that. Look at that. Edge. Pretty smooth. Nice. All right, let's try to get that top corner. There we go. Look at that top edge. Smooth, right? Okay, let's look at the spine. See the top of the spine? Pretty clean, right? I mean, any spine ticks? All right, I'll show you guys the back too, but I'm going to look at this. Let's look at this spine. I do see there's one little spine tick. 2, 3. There's about 3 or maybe 4 spine ticks that don't break color. And it's probably very hard to see. Like there's one right here. Let me show you guys this. There's one right here. All right, there we go. You guys can see that in the light right there. A little spine tick right there. No color break. And there's one right down here kind of on the yellow too. Right there. There you go. You guys see right above the light. So those are the biggest ones. Then there's a couple of small little ones on the greenish blackish background there. I think you guys kind of saw one right around there. But again, no color break at all. All right, let me hide the grain on the back here. Let's show you guys the back, the really clean back. I mean, look at how white it is. Remember, guys, I did press to clean this, but still, they graded this a 4.5. Crazy, right? Even with the press and clean. Look at that. This is the spine right there. There you go. Look at that. All right, let's bring it around. Let me look at what you guys are guessing here. Let's see. All right, let's get your final answer guesses in. We got Comic Journey saying 9.2. David with the 9.0. ABZ says 9.0. Fedor, appreciate it. Big fan. Oh, you and the fans are doing well. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. 9.0. ABZ originally said 9.2, but then was like, I'm going to bump it down to a 9.0. David says, beautiful. Yes, yes. These are CGC, Serge. CGC. Comic Noob says 8.5. Caleb says it looks minty. Comic Journey with the 9.2. Oh, Tony, these were all modern and under the $400 range. And I did fast track. They were sent out in May, I believe, and I received them, just this last week. So honestly, I was surprised. Even with the fast track, I was surprised. Once they were received, I was surprised with the turnaround. So I can't throw too much salt at CGC there. So who knows? Maybe they are getting their turnaround time a little bit more under control. I don't know. G Money says 9.4. Peter said 9.2. Shadow Rat had originally said 8.5. Sean said 9.0. Shang-Chi was awesome. David said 9.4. I don't know if you guys were changing I was going up. I don't know if you guys changed your grade. Serge is saying at 8.5. Shadow Rat 8.5. David 9.4. Planet Arizona going a bit low there comparative to 8.0. Lots of 9.4s. Lots of 9.4s now. Comic Journey and Caleb are both sticking with 9.2s. David B says 9.0. All right, guys. My guess on this was a 9.0. Now, I have a 9.4 number 1 that was gifted to me by a good friend of the channel, Joe G. Blessings to Joe. And I was like, this looks minty, and I pressed and cleaned it. But man, I would love if it can get a matching 9.4, but I'm like, that's reaching. I just think that's reaching. I said, I'm going to go with the 9.0. I think it absolutely can get a 9.0. That was my guess. So, are we ready, everyone? Here we go. I'm going to hold this in a way to where I'm going to keep you guys really in suspense here. Whoop! We got a 9. I am Pop-Tart. What's going on? We got a 9. So anybody that was guessing under the 9.0, sorry, guys. 9.2. A 9.2. So Caleb and Comics Journey, spot on. Many of you that guessed 9.4 and 9.0 were so close on either side of it. I guessed a 9.0. So when this came back a 9.2, I was absolutely ecstatic. I will take it. I think I paid like less than $40 for this book. Less than $40 for this book, guys. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go up and bring up cover price. All right, and we're going to look at what a 9.2. So I paid about 40. I think it was even less than 40, but I paid about 40 for it. We got Eternals number 2. And then I paid, the 20 something, when you take in consideration shipping and fast track, you pay like 30, I would say maybe $34. So, I paid less than $80 for this book total, including the slab. And you look at a current 9.2 is roughly about $241, but the high sold for $325. So I think I made my money. Absolutely. Most recent one sold for $325. Look at that. So to pay under $80 for this book, for a raw book and slab costs, pretty solid, folks. Pretty solid. All right, let's move on. I'm going to put this one back in the bag here. Again, for those just joining, if you are subscribed to the channel, please take some time to do so. I appreciate all of the support from each and every one of my viewers. And don't forget that we do have Comic Book Canon. We are about 46 minutes away on the Comic Book Canon YouTube. I usually leave the link below, but I had a crazy week, folks. You can YouTube search Comic Book Canon and give us a sub over there. You know what? I'm going to save this one for last. I'm going to do this one next. All right. We got some Spidey action, guys, because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. All right. I am Pop-Tart. Appreciate you. All right, everyone. This one has been hot. We all know why, or we should know why, or most of us know why. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16, the first appearance of Monica Rambeau. I purchased this book for like $1 or 50 cents a while back. I did give it a press and clean, but we all know why Monica Rambeau's been hot. So let's go ahead and give it a lookie, a look-see. Here we go. All right, let's look at the edges first. Let's look at the bottom edge. That corner there, a little bit blunted. No color breaks, just some blunting, not as sharp as it could be. The bottom is smooth, though. Let's look at the edges here. Pretty decently smooth. Oh, a lot of glare. There we go. Let's look at that corner. It's not too bad. Again, it's not near mint sharp. It's not like 9.6 sharp, 9.8 sharp up there, but it's decent. And then smooth. The spine edges are clean. Spine is decently clean. We're going to go over to see if we can spot any spine ticks. Bottom edge there is solid. Let's see. So there is, okay. We do have a few spine ticks. 1, 2, and 3. And they all color break, but very, very minimally. They're not even, like this one isn't even a millimeter long. This one and the other, the 2 of them aren't even a millimeter, really. The other one looks to be about a millimeter. And they're on the black here. So let me try to show you guys if we can see right there. See that one? And that does break color slightly. Barely, guys. I'm saying barely. You guys probably can't even tell on camera. And there's a couple, I think there's one like right there. And it's like, I'm telling you, it's not even like in the cover, it's just on the spine itself. And yeah, the other two are like just right on the spine. Yeah, so all right, let's look at the back. Again, really clean white back. Edges, really nice. These corners on the back, dude, these are super near mint sharp. At least that one is. Yeah, those are pretty sharp there. The spine looks solid on the back side. Look at that. Nice, nice, sharp back cover. Corners, edges. Ooh, did I just show the grade? All right, let's get your votes in, guys. I see. I don't think there was any finger crinkles, Caleb. That might have just been the reflection on the plastic. It is smooth. I pressed it out. Just a couple of those spine ticks. Chris Verde says it's not perfect, but it's good. Comet Journey says 8.0. Pop-Tart says 8.4. Remember, Pop-Tart, in the lower grades, down below a 9.2, the differentiation is always an odd number. So it'll go, once you get from 9.2 down to 9.0, it then jumps to the 0.5. So it's 9.0 to 8.5 to 8.0, 7.5, and so forth. So if you're saying 8.4, I would probably bump that to an 8.5. Serge is saying a 9.9. Sean says 8.5. Let's see. How much do you want for it? Nothing. It's mine. Caleb says, or wait, Sean says 8.5. Comet Journey says 8.0, maybe even a 7.5. I'll stick with 8.0. Louis, what's going on, Louis? Robert. Alex is here. Alex is the man. Alex is the godfather of Guess the CGC grade. I even had him guest on my channel last summer. We were guessing grades together. That was so awesome, Alex. Guys, if you aren't subscribed to Alex the Comic Hoarder, I don't know what you're doing. You've been living under not only a rock, but probably like 20 rocks. Oh, CGC census total, 1,478. Sky, what's going on, Sky? 9.0 guess for Sky. Chris Verde says 8.5. David says 9.0. We got a lot around the 8.0 to 9.0 marks. Shadowrats is 9.0. G-Money 8.0. Chris Verde 8.6. Okay, remember odd numbers in the 8, so I'll round that down to 8.5. David V is getting a bit liberal with his grade there with a 9.2. He's saying, I'm going for it. Comic Noob with an 8.5. Planet Arizona with a 7.5. Let's see. Joe says not worth grading. I beg to differ. I'm going to explain to you in a minute why it's worth grading, Joe. How much you pay for that? It was either 50 cents or $1. It was in a 50 cent or $1 bin some years back. All right, so my guess on this, I wrote down 8.5, 9.0. I said if I get a 9.0, I'm gonna be ecstatic. But if it settles at an 8.5, or if it gets an 8.5, I will be content with that. But I was pushing for that 9.0 on this one. All right, are we ready? I was pushing for that 9.0. We got an 8. We got an 8. All right. A lot of people said 8.0, 8.5. I tried to do it without the glare. There we go. Boom, 8.5. So that was my all settle. If it came back lower than an 8.5, I would have been disappointed for sure. So drum roll, yeah. Let's see. Oh, right on. Alex is the man. Alex says, I have the census pulled up and can look that stuff up if you need it. Awesome. Thank you, Alex. We got to get together and do another one of these sometime. Let's see. So there was a couple. Was it Caleb, I think? Guessed an 8.5. I think Comic Noob guessed an 8.5. So good job, guys. A lot of people close. Again, you guys have been so close. If you guys, you know, and we understand the subjectivity of the grades. If you guys come one grade point off, either above or below, that's a solid I, really. So let's look at the numbers here for the value on the annual Amazing Spider-Man annual 16. And you know, we had the WandaVision show. You know, we've had a lot happen in the MCU. So you know, a little less focus off of Monica right now, but of course she will return. Let's bring this up on screen. Oh, sorry guys. Oh my God, my mouse pad is being so sensitive. There we go. Okay. In an 8.5. So I paid $1 or 50 cents or $1 for this book. We'll just say $1. All right. And I paid, we're going to estimate about $35 for CGC fees. So I paid roughly $36 for this book. Recent fair market value sitting at about 100. Excuse me. Whoa. See, okay. So this is kind of distorted. Look at this. That 9.0 is really, the 8.0 has a higher sale than the 8.5. Now let's look at this. We haven't had a sale of this book in an 8.5 since January. So before the show, or right when the show even started, at $90. But you can see down here, the 8.0s were selling for way less than that around that same time. And once the show was over, you got an 8.0 of 125, of 105, and of 100. So, you know, if I put this on the market right now, I'm going to estimate that I could get over $100 for the 8.5. All right, especially when a 9.0, you know, again, but here's the thing. It looks like not a lot of people are either not a lot of people are sending these grades in to get graded. You know, let's see, the 9.6s, you got a lot more of those, but it's still May was the last one. 8.0s, July was the last sale. So here's my thing. My thing is this. You know, you probably got people, like I said, moving on to other MCU speculation stuff. Not a lot of people probably sending them in to grade, or a lot of people that have sent them in to get graded after the show are still waiting on them. Yeah, if you didn't, when did the show end? April? If you sent in books to April and didn't fast track, you might still be waiting on them. I don't know. So, but whoever said not worth grading, look, I paid ultimately about $36 for this book total, which includes the grading fees. And, you know, fair market value sitting about, what was it, $100 right now? And I think I could probably get at least that 100, maybe even a little over. So I have, at least tripled my value. And definitely worth the investment. I think when we see Monica Rambeau in the Marvels film and we get her more fleshed out and we get her on the big screen, I think this book is going to continue to go up. That's for sure, in my humble opinion, guys. Let me move this one over. All right, everyone. I'm enjoying this. I hope you guys are enjoying this too. Alex says he called it right now, probably about a 140 to 160 in an 8.5. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, and cover price doesn't always update. So if we pulled up eBay and did a recent, you know, sold, and if there's any 8.5s, even in like CBCS, you know, we might be able to find some there. So anybody interested, I would definitely check out eBay if you're curious. Comic Book Cannon, my other my partner in crime is in the house. We got 34 minutes until the cannon, folks. But before I go and before we go here, we got one more book. One more book. And remember, look out for the video of me unboxing my whole CGC haul. Okay, I only pulled 3 books out of my total haul to show off today. Okay. All right, everyone. Here we go. Dan, sorry I'm late. Too much work. Dan, don't say sorry. Alex, that's a very good point. He says, it seems like a cover price and go collect sometimes misses some. That's why we are like Voltron, our powers combined, and we could probably get an accurate price. Yes, and that's why I always tell folks, don't just use one source. Don't just use one source. Do your due diligence. Do the due diligence. Uh-oh. Comic Journey is mixing up in the chat, man. He's trying to mojo. What's up? Sean, what are you doing? Are you guessing the grade of my next book without me even showing it yet? All right, everyone. Oh, man. I really hope this next book isn't a 3.5. Let me pull it out of the plastic. This is a book that I had. Okay, so here's I'm going to tell a little story on this. Well, let me just show the book first. Again, I love Spider-Man. So what did I do? I went and slabbed one of my copies of Amazing Spider-Man 252. I have 2. Here's the story, guys. I had an Amazing Spider-Man 252 that I had from when I was a kid. It was a super high grade book. Super high grade. I think I bought it for like $15 in the early 90s. I didn't buy it when it came. I was too young to buy it when it first came off the shelf. I think I paid like $15 for it. Super high grade. You know, it was one of those times where like I went to the comic store and my mom let me, for some reason, you know, I would get like $1 allowance. And for some reason, I like could buy one of those bigger books that they had behind the counter. One of the other ones I remember was Spider-Man #1, the black and silver. I bought that for $9 from behind the counter. So those are a couple that I remember. So this was one. It was like, yeah, $15, and somehow, some way, I ended up losing that book recently, like over the last 10 years, like in a move, or I don't know if somebody stole it. I don't even know, but bummed out because of that. But over the years, I was able to get 2 back into my possession. Now, this one was a bit of a higher grade than the other one that I have, and I didn't think either was worth sending in to get graded. And I was like, maybe I could just sell them both raw and then take that money and buy a higher grade that's higher than both of the ones I own. But then I was thinking, you know, the book's getting hot. Spider-Man's hot, as always. I'm going to send it. I'm going to press and clean. I'm going to send it in to CGC, the better one. That's also a newsstand. And I'm going to see if maybe I can then flip the raw and this one, get a little more money back and be able to buy a higher grade. So I'm probably giving it away that this isn't like a near mint book. But you don't know. You don't know yet. So let's go ahead. So that's a little story behind it. Let's go ahead and look at it, folks. There we go. There we go. Okay. Bottom. Look at that bottom corner. Again, no real color breaking. Just blunting. Yep. Just some blunting there. Slight. Nothing too crazy. The bottom looks clean though. Bottom edge looks clean. The bottom of the spine looks pretty clean too. Let's look at the edge here. Pretty solid, huh? How about that top corner? Ooh, that top corner looks. I think that top corner is better than the bottom corner. Again, hard to call it like a near mint corner, but it's decently sharp. I think there's a little bit of ruffling. Like, I don't even know if you guys can see it. Just slight ruffling in a couple of places on top. Very, very hard to see, if anything. You can see a little bit of wear on the top of the spine. Look at that. It's definitely rounded, and see a little bit of the color wearing off. Look at that. Yep. All right, let's look at in depth in the spine here. I think that's a little spine tick on the end there. There's a spine, color breaking spine tick right there and right there. You guys see those? Right there. There you go, right at the top. And then there's that other one right there. Got a couple of smaller ones right there, right by the light, right under the light. And then another one right there. Maybe a little one right there on the right there. Yep, that's a good one. So we got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like about 11 spine ticks. The case has a little bit of a scratch on it too. That's okay, I guess. I just want to say too, all the cases were sound. The labels were correct. No crazy horror stories. This does have a little bit of a scratch right there. I don't know if you guys can even see it. So that's a little disappointing, but I'm not going to throw a fit about it. But yeah, I mean, what I say, about 11 or 12 spine ticks. Most of them color breaking, but still very small. You know, some of them are just on the spine and aren't really lapping over into the cover itself. But there are a couple of those that were bigger ones, like at least a millimeter. Two that were two, maybe three that were about a millimeter in size there. You guys get a better look at it right there. All right, so let's look at, let's see, we got some 7.5. We got Sky saying 7.0. Alex says 7 to 7.5. Common Journey 8.0, but can easily drop to a 7.5. 7.0. Nice Expos hat. Thank you. Take That Dummy. What's going on? Take That Dummy is being is putting it out there with the 8.5. We got issues. David saying an 8.0. Caleb saying 8.0. Let's look at the back. Okay, so the back might change your guys' mind. There are a couple of defects that are specific to the back, because this has some black on the back. And look at this, folks. Look at this. So this might affect, you all can do a final grade here. This is the edge. There is a color breaking crease right there. Look at that. Boom. You see that? It's about maybe a centimeter long. Right there. A little bit of bunning, and it looks like an X. It looks like two color breaks that kind of cross over each other right there. So that might change your guys' opinion. Oh, oh my God. I wish I had painter's tape in the hotel, but I don't. And then here's the corner of the spine, and you can definitely see some wear there. So, yeah. The bottom's decent. Really sharp at the bottom right here, which is the spine. And that's perfectly sharp. Interesting. The bottom's perfectly sharp, but that wear that's at the top here on both the edge side and the spine side, definitely a couple of standalone defects right there. So now we got Pedro still saying at 8.0, Shadow Ride 8.0, Louis Logix 6.5. I've seen 6.5s way worse. Alex is saying 6.5, 7.0. ABZ is saying 7.0. Slots 6.0 to 6.2. Remember, slots, when you get that low, it's always the odd number. So it goes 6.0 to the 6.5. So there's no two 2, 4, 6. So it'd either be a 6.0 or a 6.5. 14,860 on the census. Yeah, more and more people are sending these books in to get graded. After seeing that 6.0, Serge with a 9.2. I think you're being a little liberal there, Serge. But I love it. I dig it. Tony says 6.0 to 6.5. All right, let me tell you guys what I thought. My other book that I have, it has a huge spine roll. It's got color breaking ticks. My other issue, that is. And I was putting that book at about a 5.0. And I knew this one was better even before I pressed and cleaned it. But I was thinking it could probably get a 6.0. I pressed and cleaned it, but honestly, the defects in this book, when you have the color breaks like that and the blending of the edges, there's not much a press can do. So I was telling myself, I will be ecstatic if I get a 7.0. I honestly didn't believe it could get anything higher than a 7.0 at all. But that's what I wrote down, 7.0, fingers crossed, wishing and hoping that I can get a 7.0. House of L Comics is 7.5. So let's see how we did. All right, shooting for that 7.0. We got a 6, folks. We got a 6. I think Alex was saying 6.0 to 6.5. Tony was saying 6.0 to 6.5. Let's see. Slots was saying around 6.0 and up. Or Alex was saying 6.5 to 7.0. Tony said 6.0 to 6.5. Louis Logic says 6.5. So we know it's a 6.5. So very close. So the ones that I showed today, folks, I was off by 1 grade point for all 3 of these. I was off. I said 9.0 on the Eternals, came back at 9.2. I said, hoping for that 9.0 on the annual 16, came back at 8.5. I was pushing for 7.0, even though that was probably a miracle. Came back at 6.5. So it's a good job. A lot of you, again, so many of you were in the range, 6.0 to 7.0. And I like how, I think you guys that were saying like 7.0 to 8.0, before you saw the bat, I think that was solid because you weren't able to see those couple of standalone defects. Thank you, Alex. Caleb was way off on that one. I appreciate it though, Caleb. You were, you were trying to throw that positive energy out there. Let's look at fair market value. So as somebody who has 2 of these, this is the best of my 2. I want to get a higher grade. I would love to have at least an 8.5 or 9.0 in this. Amazing Spider-Man. I have an 8.5 300. So if I can have an 8.5 of this to match, that would be awesome. 252. All right, let's bring that up on screen. So in a 6.5, and it's a newsstand, so and it's a mid 80s newsstand, but still, around the mid 80s. What is it? 84. I do believe directs were still slightly less than the newsstands, but you got to keep in mind, for those higher grades around that time in a newsstand is where I think there's more focus. But we're going to go to newsstand. No, that's Mark Jewelers. Let's not go to the Mark Jewelers. Actually, let's look at this first. 6.5, $83 roughly. For a direct. Let's look at newsstand. Wow. So a solid difference for newsstand. 151. 151. The most recent sale was 151. Yeah, and there wasn't a sale. Look at that. They don't have a sale since 2019 in a 6.5 for $46. So that goes to show you that things have definitely happened. So 151, $150. So if I take what I would do, because, you know, I'm not going to go out and specifically look for graded books. I could probably sell, you know, if I could sell this book for $150, maybe sell my 5.0 for, I don't know, what can I sell a raw, roughly 5.0 book for? 50? I don't know. Maybe a little less, maybe less than that, maybe 30. I don't have numbers off the top of my head. But say I can roughly get around $200 for it. I might be able to luck out on a nice, little bit of a higher grade raw book that I can press and clean and maybe send off to CGC, hoping to get an 8.5 or something. So anyways, I'm still happy. Long-term, a solid investment still, even in a 6.5 newsstand. So I'm very happy. Look, I was very happy overall with my CGC order this time, but there was one issue. And like I said, folks, I'm going to be making a video about that. So, all right, folks, man, that was awesome. Like I said, I love doing this. So happy to have Alex hanging out tonight, guys. Again, if you aren't subscribed to Alex Comic Hoarder, go do so. Alex, man, I don't know when the next time I'm going to send some books in, but whether it's even with CBCS or even EGS, man, I would love to have you back on the channel. Maybe we could do a Friday night live and have you on the live stream, and we can do some guess the grades. But I'll be in touch with you, man, for sure. So thank you so much for hanging out. Tony was right there. You know, we know Tony, the president of EGS. If you guys aren't checking out EGS Comics, go check them out. Again, I have their link below in all of my videos. I didn't put them on today's live stream. I'm so sorry, guys. Tony, if you want to leave a link to your website in the comments, please feel free to do so. Tony was spot on with this 6.0 to 6.5. Tony has a very transparent and consistent grading platform with his company. So big shout out to Tony and everyone for participating, man. That was awesome. That was awesome. So, G Money. Having a blast, y'all. Appreciate the super chat, G Money. Thank you so much. Really do. We are just 16 minutes away from Comic Book Canon. So I really hope to see you guys there. Mama Comics special guest co-host tonight on the Canon. Because of my situation, we haven't had a guest co-host on in a while. I'm so excited for the Canon show tonight. Damn you, Journal, where's my shout out? Comic Journey, this guy, I don't know, man. Where's my moderators? Moderators, we might have to block this guy. I don't know. He's always looking for trouble. Obviously, I'm just kidding. I hope nobody took that serious. Dan says it's Canon time. Indeed, indeed. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Again, this was so fun. I'm probably going to have at least one more week in the hotel for my live streams. I can't wait to be back home with you all, though. Guys, it's been fun. Thank you so much. Again, if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And I hope to see all of you over on the Canon in 15 minutes. Peace.